Today is the 28th day of year, Tufshin Ein Ches, 778. That's in the Jewish calendar. The calendar, the day today is the 13th of May, 2018. Now I'm going to say the when we came back from concentration camp 1945, we were released, became free. So we went back with the train from Transnistria, where we were in Shargarot, to the town in Romania, Gura.
Who's we? Who's we?
Me, my sister, and my mother.
Oh.
But I remember. I don't remember it exactly, but I was already eight and a half years old. I supposed to remember. That is what I remember. So I didn't know. They told me that we will have to travel, but I didn't realize. So that I was playing and with friends, with running around in that city over there, and I go away. And this became the time that the train. My mother looked for me outside. She didn't find me, and you have to run to travel back. It's not if you don't travel now, finished. What are you gonna do? It's a child, 8 years old. Finally, they looked in the whole city, all over. Finally, they find me. By the end of the city, I was playing with a friend or something, going around. Remember Avrom, but my father's brother, Avrom David Dalfin. Yeah, yes, okay. So my mother hit me because why I be told you that you're gonna go back. I didn't realize nothing. I did. I thought here I am. It's good. It's all right. Let's stay here. I did not realize. So now we're coming back. We are now back into the city where we came, which I didn't remember, but now I see a city. They speak over there a different language, think Romanian, and we come into my mother came back with me and my sister to the place, to the bungalow house where we lived there, in Goromor. I remember exactly, because when I left to Israel later on, 1950, I remember everything. So this house, the Gentiles in the city made our house for a stable. So it was a lot of manure over there in the house. They took out the windows, no windows. The wires was electricity before the war. They had electricity in the house, electric. So they took out the wires from the electric, and that's what. But the house was there, the walls and the rooms. The floor was from earth. It was not a floor from wood or tiles or anything. It was no. Now we got. It's late now. We have to clean it up and go to sleep. We're going to sleep. There's no beds. There's not anything there. So we had a relative, Yossel Preminger. He was a second cousin of my parents. So of my father. So he he started to clean. He helped us to clean out the manure out with a shoveled out everything. And so okay, now we have the earth. And the earth they put certain straw, softer straw. And on this put something, a cloth or something, and on this we could sleep. But this was the first, second day, but then through the third and fourth day, he brought, I don't know from where, wood, and from the wood he made a certain bed, like he made it, it was handy. So he made a very big bed. So in that bed, my mother was sleeping in the middle, and me on the right side, and my sister on the left side. And this is how we was sleep. This was when we came back from concentration camp. Now starts a different story. My mother in the concentration camp, she she paid a teacher. I remember a Jew with a white beard to teach me and my sister to read Hebrew. It's called the Ivre, to say Ivre. And no, I'm now back in town. A lot of Jewish people came. And there was a Talmud Torah where you learn more than only, not only reading Hebrew, more things, Torah learning and this. So my mother put me into the Talmud Torah, and the Talmud Torah was a rabbi. It was not tall, it was small like. And this rabbi was ruling, he had a ruler, a kanchik is called, was hanging. Anybody who doesn't learn gets from the kanchik, then he sees, gives him a knack, a zets, with the kanchik, you can see stars. It's very hard. So anybody, that's what the system, you don't learn, you get hit. So then you start learning. That's what it is. Anyway, I'm sitting over there learning. I didn't know what to learn. What do you want? I was used to play and go free, do whatever I want on the concentration camp over there in the city. But here I have to sit all day. What's going on over here? So I come home, complain to my mother, and I say, Mama, in Yiddish, a ganzen Tag sitzen in Cheder. Wendlich mag spielen. A whole day I'm going to sit in Cheder. Cheder means the Talmud Torah, what they learn in school. Cheder means a room. What means a Cheder that you learn? That's a called in Yiddish. When I'm going to play? A whole day sitting, when I'm going to play? My mother didn't answer me anything. I was 8 years old, 8 and a half. She took me out on the yard. We had a big yard over there. It was a big tree. I don't remember a tree, I think from apples or. So she took off a branch from the tree and she held me with the right hand, and with the left hand she held the branch and she hit me in the legs. And she said to me, You said you want to play. Now you could play. And I was dancing like this. I was wanted to run away. I couldn't. She held me good. My mother was a Ukrainian woman who was strong. And I was small. Hardly I lived. I had the life in me. So, and gave me, she said, Spiel. Keep on dancing and playing. Tanzen, Spiel. Dance and play. That's what she said to me. It was, I knew it not to ask anymore anything. I knew I have to go to Cheder and I have to sit there and learn and do something. Now, after that, let's say a couple of months after that, all of a sudden, my father came. Well, how did he come? It was nighttime, and somebody knocked in the window. And my mother go over to the window. She said in Yiddish, who is this? My father asked. My father's name was Shloime. He said, "Look, Shloime." She said, which Shloime? He answered, your husband, Shloime. My mother opened more the window. It was nighttime. It was winter time also. Snow and everything. Take a look, yeah. This is her husband, my father. I didn't know what a father is. I didn't understand him. Because I never saw a person in the house. And there was never anybody. Only my mother, me, and my sister. So My mother said, "This is your father, and you have to listen to him." But he says that my mother said, I said, well, I didn't understand, but so when came Shabbos, he said to me, Shabbos, he is going to test me the whole week. What you learn, I want to see what do you know. I didn't put big attention to this learning. Learning, not learning, just learning. Who cares? Uh, so he hit me. Give me a knock. I told my mother, Ma, this is a father that hits. What is this? Yeah, my friend, my mother says, up to now I hate you if you don't learn. Now you have to know, you have to study, you have to know. Yeah, this is your father. Yeah, that time I knew already. No question asked, nothing, and I had to learn, study, and know a little bit. In fact, my father put me on that I should learn Pirkei Oves. We learn summertime Pirkei Oves. So from the Mishnahs, from our fathers, Mishnahs. They have to learn. I had to translate this to my sister, and my sister had to know. Because if my sister did not know translation, my father says that means that you didn't chazer with her, you didn't repeat with her enough. You have to repeat with her, and every word she has to know translation. Then I know that you did the job. He made me already a teacher, and I had to do it. If not, I got hit, not her, because he says I'm going away the whole week. I'm out for business, but I don't know what you're doing here home. I told you to learn. So when I come home for Shabbos, I will know what you did the whole week. The proof is if Hannah, my sister's name is Hannah, if Hannah knows the Perik, if Hannah doesn't know the Perik, that is your fault. No, go. No, go. Butch, come here for consultation. Yeah, I'm learning a little bit in this. I have to translate her. I have to make sure that she knows what goes on over here. That's what it is. That's the rule. This is the way you grow like this. Now, we had a well in the yard before the war. Now the well was clogged up with glass and pieces of wood and stones they put in, the Argentines put in, and no more water. So the the the, we had two neighbors, two sisters, German sisters, but they were not anti-Semitic, and they across the street they had a well. They allow us to take the water. So me and Chane, my father says, you and Chane, you both of you have to bring water. Should be enough water for washing the hands, to eat bread. And my mother needed to cook, need water. So with a pail, we went and we got to watch over there not to fall into the this because winter time is ice from the water. By the well is ice. You could slip in, boom, into the well. Have to watch. So we took with the pail, and I go with the pail. And I'm holding the pail. I realize that becomes harder and harder. What happened? My sister, she lowered her hand on the other side of the pail. The pail has a handle like around. So I'm holding on this side, and she's holding on the other side, and we carry the pail. So heavy. So what she did, she lowered her hands a little bit. So, and I didn't realize, and I hold my hand up in the pail. So it was harder and harder. Then all of a sudden I see that It became harder and harder. I said, "What's going on?" I didn't understand. But she was smarter than me. She was a older a year, and besides, she's a girl. She's feminine is smarter in the age. So she lowered her hand. She said, "What are you doing to me?" I'm carrying. We had to carry the water. My father said, "Me and her are responsible for water in the house." So we had to do it. You don't have no water otherwise. You don't have no food. You cannot bake, cannot make a piece of bread. My mother made bread in the house. Everything. Not like here, you go to the bakery. This doesn't exist in Europe that time. There was no kosher bakery. It was not. You tell the mother is doing everything home. Her mother used to make a butter herself, sour pickles. She put in pickles and put it on the window, and she made sour pickles. My mother used to cook chicken, cook soup without chicken, vegetable soup, everything soup, with potatoes, potato soup, beans. She used to bake cake. Even if we were not very rich, but my father used to work on the business. His business was like flour and buy flour and then sell it. People came to us to buy for Shabbos, before Shabbos, to bake in their homes. He had an oven baking. So this is the life, and the shtetl, and you know that well, our shtetl lived around 7,000 Gentiles, Christians, and 3,000 Jews after the war. We had around 10 to 12 Stiblach where they done. It was all Hasidim, they were all parties, Mizrahi, Agude, Poil Agude. It was the left parties. All this was in the shtetl. And we had 1945 when the war finished. Till 1950, I was there. I was in school. I was in the Romanian school then later on because when the communists came, the toilet closed. Then I learned by a Rebbe at night. But all day I was sitting in school without a yarmulke. I had pays. My pays had to be here on the ear. That's my father's system. That's the vision system. You have to have pays. Pays you have to have. A beard you is a little bit. But the other Hasidim, they were in town, there were a lot of Hasidim with beards. Mazede was with a beard. For 1945, Mazede also came back. And the große Schild, what was gesehen, the big shul that you I showed to you, the big shul, also over there. He was to daven when he had your side or this. He was to daven for the Ummah, and by the Polish Chassidim, they say before Musaf Shabbos, they say a mizmor over there. It's finished like Hashivenu Hashem Elechu v'Neshuvo Chadash Yomeinu Titzedem. Shivenu Hashem Elechu v'Noshivo Chadash Yomeini Titzedem. Yizgadav, Yizgadash, Shemei Rabo, V'yom Divarach Yerusei, V'yam Lich Malchusei, V'yat Maftir Kunei, V'kurev Meshichei, my Zayde, I remember his voice, we was down in the shul. With him. My father had a nice voice, a very nice. All our family. They used to sing by the table Shabbos. I used to sit and hear. My brother was born 1948, May 10th. And I remember when me and my sister came from school, so somebody went out from the house and said, "Go away for a couple of hours because your mother has a baby and she's in the house. She's pain. And there was a Habern, and there was a lady a midwife that she's taking the baby out. So she sent us away. A couple hours we go away. I don't know where I went, and then I come back. I bought chicken.
You were a fisherman.
I used to fish over there because our house, our bungalow was like not even a block, a half a little block from the river.
Right.
From the river,
Behind the house.
correct. Behind the house was a toilet. Our toilet was outside. We didn't have no
Right.
facilities inside.
Right.
They're not by us. Maybe not.
So what was in the house? One
And it was, I think, about 3 rooms. Was 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 you go a couple, 2, 3 steps up from wood. You go up, you come into a prosdor,
foyer.
not a foyer.
A hallway.
Uh, uh, we made the sukkah. There was the sukkah.
A yard.
No, it was with walls,
Porch.
a porch, a porch, but it was closed.
Close the porch.
Yeah, but closed. With you could open it with a schlag.
With
Make a sukkah from it.
right.
My father built this house before the war,
Uh-huh.
and he made a sukkah. He should have a sukkah. Some people from neighbors came to our sukkah. Was like this here. Not very big. And then we go into like it was like a kitchen with the oven, and was there on the floor was a little door on the floor like you could open up. Well, there it was wood. You open up a little door, like big like this,
Right.
3, 4 times like this, a door. You open it up and you go down. This is the frigidaire, like
Cellar.
it's a cellar from cement, and over there you put summertime you put potatoes there into the wood saw.
Wood saw.
You put wood saw and with ice. You take ice from the river. The river become ice with the time.
And
You take ice. You put in the wood saw, and it keeps the whole summer.
the whole summer was
Yeah, because that place over there without the wood saw, without anything, is also cold. It's Romania. This is like Siberia. Siberia. The snow was so high.
uh,
We sometimes couldn't open the door. Sometimes snow came to the window.
where did you have milk? You had milk?
Oh, so the milk was like this, because my mother sent me to Agoye, and she didn't give. They don't give you an address. She can just tell you, Aron, you go by the end of the street. Over there is Agoye. Their husband has a big kuchme, a big hat, forehead. Over there, you tell her that I sent you. I tell her a Romanian language. And she gave me a milk pot, and you stay there and look all the time how she is milking the cow, and the milk goes into the pot. And I went,
So you didn't milk the cow. You just
not me,
watched.
the goyer. I just watched the goyer milking the cow.
And then
I take the pot and I bring it home to my mother.
she cooks it.
Cooked.
Cooked
I
it.
love most of the times, yes.
And you made cheese out of it also?
Oh, cheese, butter, milk we had, coffee, but plain was not like this here, and all the stickel what you put on the
Do
table.
you have any friends in
Bread,
Do you have any
hello,
friends?
bread, eggs, potatoes, tomatoes, sour pickles,
You had no
tomatoes.
pizza.
That exists. All this chazarai. This is what you put on the table. This doesn't exist.
No pizza.
And
Uh,
then what is it?
so you had any friends there?
Yeah, I had a friend, a Jew. How you call him? I forgot his name. I forgot now.
Yankel,
No, a
Yiddish,
Romanian. a Romanian name,
Romanian.
uh, and he when he wanted to call me out, he was
He whistled.
he whistles. So my mother knew already that what's his name? My mother says, "Oh, Riftem schon der Golan, the push the young, the empty guy." He called me already. So my mother knew already. So his whistle was like this. Ta-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. And then I don't have the key to
Yeah.
that, but I used to whistle too. I used to whistle. Ta-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. So my mother said, "Oh, the Christian Ying, the empty guy is already calling me."
When did you go to Canada?
And the school was in the shul, the big shul. I had to go over there about 10 minutes, around
Said last video.
15, 20,
15,
maybe. One rabbi. Yes.
Say the story that you said on Shabbos
I-
and when you wanted to spill.
Yeah, yeah.
I said all the stuff. You'll see it in the after a day or two. You'll be
Okay.
and the whole day I was in the public school. Over there, I had to sit without a yarmulke, without anything.
Yeah.
And I sit over there, and I sit in Shikses and Shikskler and Eden all together. And it was a public school for the communists, and they took off the king. Before that, we had the king's picture, the king and from the government from Romania, the leaders, and that all of a sudden they were not communists. All of a sudden, no more, and one of the teachers disappeared because the people, the children knew that they took him out. They said, "Quiet!" They took him out in the middle of the night. He's already in Siberia. The children was saying, but I'm schon herausgenommen, dem teacher, a good teacher. Hello, come here.
Okay, we're done here.
Yes.
Here, show the Ketelach. 1 second.
Wait.
1 second, 1 second. Ketelach,
Yeah, this is
Ketelach.
Ketalach. I'm going to give to my dear great granddaughters
Oh.
and also my dear wives of my of the wives of my Einigler, of my grandchildren. So here is one for Musia Dalfin. She's a Rosenblum, I think.
Favorite great grandchild.
Now this is yours.
Your favorite, you mean.
I didn't say it's favorite because I don't know yet if you are favorite.
She doesn't.
Bald, een minuut. Mag een beeld, zit je maar hier. Ah, see this, you give Mookie. This is four. For 3 girls of Mookie, Mookie has 3 girls. They have to get 3.
Okay.
And then, Stan Sur in Tel Aviv, Miriam Maya. Miriam Maya.
Nadic.
I put in for one for Miriam Maya. And the other 3 goes for Mookie. This goes for you. Hello, come here, take a picture. Amigo,
All right, I gotta shut this off now. All right. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
this is
The men
a heart,
don't give anything.
a heart. The men have to give me.
Thank you, Xavier.
Thank you.